Students, welcome to the first video session of 2020 and 21. I'm your IT faculty, this is Sandhya. Today we are going to start learning about the concept called computer networks. In previous classes, you might have learned about some of the programming languages, some of the editing software, some of the Photoshop tools you might have learned. You'll be learning these are all concepts in advance in 8th grade. For the first chapter is your syllabus consists 8 chapters. The first chapter is computer networks. In this chapter, you'll be learning about computer networks, the advantages of computer networks, network hardware, types of networks, network topology, network security, accessing a file on a network. I think you might not have the textbooks with you people. So you just take a book and a pen to make a note of important points. So let's start the session. A computer network. A computer network is defined as a supportive system of sharing an information or services among a group of interconnected people or things. We use different types of computer networks in day-to-day life. For example, I'll be showing you the examples one by one. Let's understand the concept with the examples. The first one is network of roads, rails, and canals. Just observe here a communication network of a telephone system which enables us to talk to anyone. What are they? Mobiles, isn't it? Yeah, anywhere, anything. Network of a banks, ATMs, and a radio, television network, broadcast programs live across the globe. Video conferencing allows the discussions between the people at the distinct far off places. Network of malls, schools, hospitals, etc. over the country. Internet is an outcome of cyber networking. Imagine the life without a networking. No phone, no telephone. The major thing is if no network, etc. Computer networks have extended the power of a computer beyond the expanse of a room. Let's know more about it. When two users have simultaneously conversation via internet, it is called as a conferencing, isn't it? Can you observe on the screen here? The two different parties are having the conference. Okay, when this process is supplemented by a live video, it is called as video conferencing. Some of the terms which are related to your IT, let me show you in the highlighted with the boxes, okay? Right? So let's start with what is networking. A computer network can be defined as a group of computers and other peripheral devices. Here, I would like to tell you what are the peripheral devices. You might have already learned in your previous classes, but I would like to repeat again. A peripheral device is which is closely connected to your system. Okay, it may be your mouse, it may be your speaker, okay, any other hardware or software which are nearest to which are related to your system. So all the peripheral devices that are linked together for the purpose of sharing the data and hardware resources. So the major thing is a computer network can be defined as a group of computers which are interconnected with each other. What is the purpose of interconnecting? The purpose of interconnecting each system is for sharing the data. Not only data, it can share the hardware resources also. For example, If one of the computers in a network has a printer attached to it, then all the computers in that network can access the printer and use its printing the documents as shown in the following figure. Can you observe here there are three computers, okay, but only one printer. See, instead of here purchasing each and every system separately a printer, you can share one printer among all the three desktops, isn't it? Right? So three users are simultaneously using the hardware device here. What is the hardware device you're using? Hardware resource you're using? Printer. One printer here, therefore we can reduce the cost of purchasing the hardware devices also, isn't it? Okay, output device or whatever it is, input device, whatever it is, you can share the resources of that particular device. So where computer A and B in a network can give the print command to the printer attached with computer C. So the printer is only attached to computer C. The computers in a network can communicate with each other as well as work independently. Each computer in a network is called as node. So can you observe here all the computers are connected to each other. So now the computers are called as now the computers which are connected to a network is called as a node. Now no more you are calling the system here computer as a computer. Here you are calling as a node. Okay. So you start using the terminology node from now onwards. Okay. The computers in a network can link through cables, telephone lines, radio waves, okay, or infrared light beams. Let's know what are the advantages of networking. As I told you that the network is connecting the major advantage or already I have explained you. They are interconnected with each other for the purpose of sharing the data. Okay, that is the major thing. Let's know more about it. We have already discussed two, I think. So, networking in a computers being efficiency, economy, and effectiveness in an organization. Efficiency use of a storage media. Storage media is nothing but a memory, isn't it? So, it is better to store the shareable application data on the network drive than to store a copy of an application on each user's storage device. Understood? Okay. It is better to have one big hard disk in a server than to have a smaller disk in the different computers. Okay, so that is the major thing. Preserving the information. It is very difficult to maintain regular backups on number of standalone computers, isn't it? Instead of storing in each and every different computer, you can store the data in a server, and whenever you want you can take the backup from the server. Instead you checking for each and every standalone computers. Okay, when you keep backup on the central location, you have one place to look for the lost information. Okay, this is a major advantage. In the next one is reduction in the hardware cost. One we have already discussed with the example of sharing the printer. So now we'll be discussing more. In a network, hardware devices are not used for often, very often, like modems, printers, scanners, CD writers, etc. can be shared. Okay, so this reduces the cost of the hardware. Efficiency is the next advantage of networking. In a network, the deletion, modification, updation of the software data is to be done at a single time. Right? This brings more efficiency and effectiveness into a working system. Okay? Right. Redundancy. The name itself indicates that redundancy means more copies. A redundancy is duplication of the copies. A network reduces the need of the hard copies of all documents. By sharing the soft copy of the files over the network, the need of sharing the paper copies of reports or any other information can be eliminated or greatly reduced, isn't it? Instead of printing, taking the printing paper, distributing the printing paper, you can distribute the soft copy of that particular concept or that particular report. So quickest document delivery can be possible if you are making the systems connected with network. How? A networking provides the facility to instantly deliver the soft copies from one computer to another, right? So throughout the world it is happening. Fine, throughout the world, if it is connected, it can be retrieved, it can be grabs the information from any end of the source. So we'll know more about something about a fact. Bluetooth is a wireless technology used to interconnect the mobile phones, computers, printers using the short range of wireless connection. This is extra information for you people, right? For more information, visit the bluetooth.com. Okay. So the next point concept is networking components. So till now we were discussed what is the importance of a networking and what are the advantages of networking, what is actually a network called as. So we have learned the advantages. Now the systems we wanted to put it in the networking. So what are the components you required to establish the networking? Let's know about it. To establish the wired networking in a group of computers, we require an additional components that are as follows. The first one is network card. This card is used to physically attach a computer to a network so that it can participate in the networking communication. Ethernet work, this is called as Ethernet card, okay, or Ethernet work card is the most commonly used network card. Fine. To initially, if you wanted to take the in network connection or you need to put the systems in a network, then Ethernet card is required. Okay. Ethernet card, nowadays most of the computers motherboards came with an inbuilt network cards. Initially CPUs might were having that green color card I have shown you just now in the screen, that we used to have, but nowadays all the computers are coming in the built-in Ethernet cards, okay, network cards I should say. The next one is networking cables. Modern Ethernet networks use twisted pair cables containing 8 wires. These wires are arranged in a special order and an RJ45 connector. Okay, that connector is called as an RJ45 connector, where you'll connect your telephone lines along like your network through the telephone lines. You'll be observing. See, this is a wire. So similar in design but bigger than the connector used with the telephone line works. Wires is crimped at okay, it is let me show you once again how the network cable, the initial network cable optical fiber uses. This is a twisted pair cable and this is the RJ45. I wanted to show it to you again, right? This is that is similar but like it is bigger than the connector of a telephone lines, okay, end of the cables. So the next one is a modem. A modem enables you to connect your computer to available network connecting over an existing telephone line, okay, and it converts the digital signals of a computer into an analog signals to enable their transmission via telephone lines or phone lines. At the destination, the receiver modem further converts the analog signal into the digital signal so that the data can be understood at the receiver end also, right? It comes as a separate part that can be installed on the PCI, peripheral component interconnect slot, that found on the motherboard. Okay, are you observing the pictures? The next one is hubs and switches. A network card are used to send and receive the data being transmitted over the Ethernet cables. When a network has more than two computers, we cannot directly connect all the computers together, right? So we need to have an interface through which the computers can be connected and data can be sent and received. This function is performed by the hub or switch. Now let's know more about hub. Hubs were preferred medium in early times, but now switches are used because of their better efficiency and smart working. Hub or switch performs the following functions. Just to make a point, students. Act as a central point of connector for all the computers on network. Every computer plug into the hub or switch to arrange the ports in such a way so that if a PC transmits the data is sent over the other computer through its network card. Okay, right. Basically, the switch or a hub is a box with a set of RJ45 ports here. You might have observed in your lab also. You found. I think you have seen this switchboards which are connected with an RJ45. Now, each computer on the network is connected to the hub switch via the Ethernet cable. Let's know more. Okay, please make a point. WAP wireless access point is a device that connects the wireless communication devices to form a wireless network. Hub and the switches are to establish the wireless networking. We require the following component to establish the wire. Till now we were discussed about the wire, right? So we have already discussed what are all the wires, wire cables also we have used here, the twisted pairs, okay, optical fiber, and these are all those things. So without the wire, how can you connect the internet? To establish the wireless networking, we require the following components. Wireless network cards are used instead of a normal network cards that are used in the wired network. The next one is most laptop computers come with the inbuilt wireless network cards also. Radio signals are used for transmitting the data, therefore the Ethernet cable are not accessible. Access point or router instead of hub or switch. Access point or the routers we are using. Yeah, you can call it as a router or a router. It is instead of the hub and the switch we are using this one. These have a wireless antennas with an increases the communication range of the radio signals. Access points can also be used to join the wired network, thus making the network a combination of a wired as well as the wireless network. So make a note of it. What is a wireless network and all? So wireless is a means of communication that uses a low powered radio waves to transmit the data between the devices. Okay, kindly make a note of these are all points, students. Wireless networking allows the networks to be deployed without cabling. Spaces such as outdoor areas where cables cannot be layered can have a wireless network. Next concept is types of networks. Before this, I would like to just have a recap once again of whatever you learned just now. What is networking? A networking is a interconnected systems via a cable is called as a networking, isn't it? What are the advantages? Advantages, can you guess some of the advantages? Just now we were discussed. Yeah, hardware, you can reduce the hardware resources, efficient, effective. Okay, right. And what is the next, to install the networking, what kind of a hardware components you required? We have discussed the Ethernet card, next hub, switch, modem, right? And wireless networking cards which are inbuilt nowadays in the laptops. Okay, fine. So types of a networks. Let's start with the types of the networks. Depend on the geography area covered by the network, there are various types of a computer networks used worldwide, which are as follows. So the first one is personal area network. A PAN, it is also called as a PAN. PAN is a computer network that is mainly created for an individual person. It is used for communication among the devices such as laptops, mobile phones, PDA or smartphones. Personal area networks can either be a wired or wireless. PAN generally covers a range of less than 10 meters. Please make a note of the students, and this wherever I'm saying this, make a note, those can come in the objective type questions. Okay, right, 10 meters above the 30 feet distance. Okay, you can use these networks to transfer the files including mails, calendar appointments, digital photos and music. Okay, so the next network is a local area network. In LAN, two or more computers and peripheral devices are connected within a small area such as room, office building or a campus. In local area network, computer terminals are physically connected with wires. Can you observe on the screen? The data transmission speed is slow and compared to WAN. What is WAN? I'll let you know. Since LAN is operated in a small area, it can be controlled and administered by a single person or a single or an individual organization. Okay, make a note of it. Wi-Fi stands for a wireless fidelity. It represents a wireless local area network. It was developed for mobile computer devices like laptops, but is now used in PCs, video games, consoles and smartphones, tablets, to exchange the data wirelessly over a computer networks. Right? This technology enables the radio signals to go further 300 feet approximately with a fast rate of transmission. Okay? These are all the hearts. Please make a note of it. A metropolitan network is the third network what you are learning now. This MAN network, MAN is a larger network compared to the LAN. It is spread across the city. Since it covers the city, it is called as metropolitan. The most common example of a MAN type network is cable television, branches of local banks in city, etc. A wide area network is a fourth type of a network, and this kind of a network connects two or more computers located at distinct places. They are linked by communication facilities like telephone communication, satellite signals. The most common example of a WAN type network is telecom system. The usage of a van is limited to very large organizations and government agencies. The main characteristics of the van is that is requires a public telephone communication media to transfer the data. Example, the best example of vans are Can you observe on the screen internet and intranet in a large multinational companies? ATM facility, okay, national and multinational bank customer services, okay, right. Intranet is a new term for you. Just make a note of it. Intranet, which refers to the computer network restricted to an organization only. Okay. Extranet refers to the computer network that allows a controlled access to an information source available on the internet. The networking architecture, I'm just explaining you, this is not there in your lesson, but I wanted you people to know what is actually a client and server and the peer-to-peer architecture. Okay, network architecture is an overall design of a computer networks that describes how the computer networks is configured and what strategy is being used here. So this is mainly divided into two types. So the first one is client and server network. The second is peer-to-peer network. So the client and server network, just I'll be giving you the brief description about it. See, it is a network where several computers are called as a workstations or the clients. We used to call it as a nodes right now. Client and server, in the client and server network, a server will be, a dedicated server will be there, and that server will be distributing the distributing the responses which were requested by the clients. Clients are nothing but the standalone systems. Okay, these are all also called as workstations which are connected to the main server. Can you observe here? Right. A server is a computer that provides the services to the client and controls access to hardware and the software and other resources. So clients are the computers which request the services like data retrieval, storage, etc. from the server. Can you able to see the picture of the server here? Right? Next, the term is peer-to-peer network. Peer-to-peer network is a network where few computers have a equal capacity and capability are connected together to use the resources available on the networks. So here each and every client is having an equal capability, equal resources it is having. For example, if the one client one is having some of the softwares called MS Office software is there, and it is used like 50 MB memory is there. That's it. The each and every client will be having the same equal capabilities and they'll be sharing the resources within each other. That is called as a peer-to-peer networking. Okay, in peer-to-peer network there is no central server here. Instead, each computer can act as a server as well as a client also. Okay, by this we could conclude the network architecture. So let's have a quick recap. What you have learned, what is the networking, what are the advantages of networking. Let me give you some keywords here. Client, server, modem, and hub, uh, then network interface card, wireless internet card, access point. These are all the new terms you have learned, and what is an intranet and an extranet. Okay, just make a note each and every point, students, and go through those all. Now let us start with the next concept called network topologies. Network topology refers to the layout in which the various components of a network lies like nodes, links, peripherals, etc. are connected and communicate with each other. So the majorly what is a topology is the structure or the strategy of connecting each and every system or each and every client or a node or any hardware resources can connect it to each other in a structure or a strategy. fine, or using any path. So that path is called as a topology. Okay, so topology can be either physical or a logical. Physical topology is a physical layout of the node, workstation, cables in the network, whereas logical is the way of information flows between the different components. Understood, students? Right. Network topologies are categorized into the following basic types. First one is a point-to-point network. So, a point-to-point topology is simplest form of network structure in which two nodes are directly connected to each other. Can you observe here one workstation and another desktop PC? They are directly connected to each other. Okay, this type of a network is called as a point-to-point topology. This type of a network is most suitable for the small area where computers are in close proximity. This technology provides a faster and reliable connection, isn't it? Right. Next one is bus topology. Can you observe the picture and have a quick draw quickly, ma? Yes. This topology uses a single communication line. Can you observe the black line which is having, that is called as a bus line. This is a bus topology, and one main cable to which all nodes are directly connected, isn't it? See here, one cable is there, 5 systems are connected here, 5 nodes are connected. The main cable acts as a backbone for the network. It transmits the data only in one direction. Okay, in this type of a structure, one of the computer in network acts as a computer server that provides the data to all the clients. This topology is used in small networks where cable requirement is relatively small. One, one of the disadvantage of this type of a network topology is that if the main cable fails, please make an underline of the disadvantages also when when I'll explain this are all topology structures. Please mention the advantages and disadvantages by your main cable. If the main cable fails, the entire network becomes unusable. Can you see that? Yes. For this reason, this type of a topology is not used for the large networks, okay, such as those covering an entire building like that. The next topology is star topology. In this star topology, each device is connected to a central computer using a point-to-point connection. The central server acts as a hub here. Devices communicate across the network by passing the data through this hub. Star topology is very popular because the startup cost is very low. It is easy to add a new device to the network as only one cable is required for configuration. It's very simple. Moreover, the network is robust. If any one connection in the network fails, the other connection remains intact. But if the central hub only fails, then the entire network goes down. The next topology is ring topology. In ring topology, all the nodes in the network are connected in a circular manner. Each node connects to exactly 2 other nodes, forming a single continuous pathway for signals. When one node sends the message to the other node, which is not adjacent to it, the data travel through all the intermediate nodes until it reaches its final destination. Ring topologies are used in both LAN and WAN setups also. The main disadvantage of this topology is that if workstation goes down, the entire network gets affected. Since data being transmitted over the network has to pass through each workstation, this makes it slower than the star topology. The next last topology is tree topology. It is one of the most common network setups that consist of a group of star figures workstations connected to linear bus backbone cable. See, can you observe here many bus like the main is a bus topology, and most of the star topologies one or more star topologies are connected through a one bus topology is called as a tree topology. So in this tree topology, one star network is connected to the other star network. In tree topology, a cable failure in one of the star network will isolate only this workstation that is linked to the central computer of the star network. Okay, whereas all other workstations will continue to function normally. Okay, because it is not connected to others, right? It is directly connected to the central hub. If central computer goes down, the entire workstations connected to to it will suffer either degraded the performance or completely failure. But rest of the network will continue to function normally. In case the bus gets damaged, it causes destruction in the entire network. In the tree topology, expansion of network is possible and easy, but maintenance becomes difficult. See, always we should think about the expansion only, because today you have designed the topology with the 5 systems. Tomorrow it may increase 2 more systems you need to add. Okay, so you should always think about the expansion. For expansion's sake, the star topology is very good, and it is very less cabling is required for that. In the same way, a tree topology also, for the expansion it is very easy, but the maintenance costs a lot. The next one is mesh topology. Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you this. Yeah, the mesh topology in this network, the networks are connected to each other. Like, can you observe here once? Just a moment. Yeah. In this topology, each node is connected to every other node in the network. In this topology, every node is not only sends its own signal but also relays the data from other nodes. Okay, this type of a topology can handle a large volume of a traffic. Okay, it is commonly used in wireless networks. In case if one of the component fails, there is always an alternative present so that the data transfer does not get affected. Okay, even expansion and modifications can be done in this topology without affecting the other nodes. Overall cost of this network is extremely high as compared to the other network topologies. You just observe the figure also here. The, the cabling cost a lot. Okay. So many cables are connected to each and every system, right? So the cost will be extremely high compared to the all other networking topologies. So let's have one more fact. Protocols is a new term for you people. It's an dictionary meaning only. The protocols are a certain set of rules that determines how data should be transferred over the network compressed presented on it. Okay. Now, accessing a file from a shared drive. To access a file from a shared drive, follow the given rules. Double click on the network icon on the desktop. The network window will appear in which a list of shared drives are displayed in the details pane. Select the required shared drive to see its contents. Find the required file in the drive. If you want to open the file, double click it. To copy the file, right click on it and select the copy option from the shortcut key. View pane. See here this PC icon to view the storage devices on your computer. Fine. Right, now click on the drive where you want to place the copied file. Right click anywhere on the details pane and select the paste option. Fine, the file will be copied to the selected drive on the computer. Okay. Right, the network security. The network security, when you have created the network, you must be very much cautious about the security also. Right? Network security means protecting the data and resources from any unauthorized access. It is most important aspect in computer networking. Since many users are accessing the same data, so we must ensure its proper security. Only authorized persons can access or modify the data. Consider the following points that may happen in any organization. Some employees may try to change the data concerning their leave records and salaries, performance appraisals, etc. Accidental deletion of important data. Employees or some other employees, other people may try to harm the company's data. Okay, people outside the company may try to access confidential data. There are two general levels of networking security. Login security, you people will be using for your systems, right? So login security, you are given a unique login name and the password. Right security, based upon your username, you are given rights like read-only access, read and write access, no access at all. This kind of access also you can give to the public. A combination of rights and also be granted to the same user for the different sets of data. So this is about the network security. So finally, we concluded our chapter 1, networking concepts, computer networking. So let's have a recap quickly. I'll be giving you the keywords. Just check it whether this is noted down in your notes or not. What is a network and what is a server? A server is a centralized computer or an electronic device that connects the different computers with each other. Okay. A node is a computer or an electronic device that is attached to the network. It is also known as a client and the workstation. Remember this. Advantages. Yeah, you have already learned about the advantages. What are the advantages? Please check it once. Exchanging the information, cost effective, communication is possible, and easy to access and maintain the information. So what are the hardware, networking hardware you required for installation? So network interface card, Ethernet hub, switch and network cables, modem, wireless network interface card, router, a switch and hub, I told you, right? Yeah. Next concept is different types of networks: PAN, WAN, MAN, PAN, WAN, MAN and LAN. Okay. So let me give one more fact here. With advancement of a technology, LAN is being replaced by the WLAN, that is wireless LAN. IEEE 802.11 is a set of specifications used for the WLAN. Please make a note of it, okay? The network topologies are line network, bus network. Line network is also called as a point-to-point network, students. Ring topology, star topology, tree and mesh topology. There is one more topology, fully connected topology. In fully connected topology, every node in the network is directly connected to each other node. Though this topology uses the maximum length of the cable, it ensures that a break in a cable or devices does not affect the network at all. For example, I'll be explaining you this one in the practicals session again. Okay, and types of networks I have discussed, right? What's more, and how to access the shared file I have shown you, right? And network security, login security and rights security. These are all we have discussed in this chapter. By this we could conclude our chapter 1. Hope you understood, and I'll be giving you the assignment based on this video. Thank you, students.